Alright, so back here in Lilongwe after a long trip to the Liwonde National Park. I left about at 5 in the morning. Yes, the taxi driver who picked me up from the airport was the one who took me there, and I made an arrangement. It was a fascinating trip, but it was a very long drive. So the road was there's some good road. There are good ones, particularly here in Lilongwe, but on our way. So there's quite a lot of pothole as well as a lot of road construction. What would you expect? All right, but so seeing the hustle and the bustle of the early morning of the local people passing along the residential area and all the businesses they had, it's fascinating to see. It's all about culture and the people. It was a safe drive, but it was long. Here's another thing. So I wasn't expecting that we're going to pass along the road that divides the two countries, Malawi and Mozambique. Mozambique, I've never been there, but it wasn't part of my itinerary. But we were on the road. It was quite a drive. I don't know how many kilometers was that, but on our way to the Liwonde National Park, it was a long road. It's only a road, kind of like a highway that divides the two nations. Mozambique on the left side, I'm sorry, Mozambique on the right side, and then Malawi on the left side. So think about a road, and then on the right side is in one country, and on the other side is another country. There's no fencing, right? So that is why people here, the people from Malawi and people from Mozambique, they got in and out. You will never distinguish, okay, who is a local of Malawi, who is a local of Mozambique. But it's just so I've been to Mozambique, but I want to go to Mozambique to explore. But that one is just a drive, driving along the road that divides the two nations. But it's fascinating, and then there's no fencing, there is no border, I would say, control in that spot or in that long stretch of the road. You actually drive on the road or into your left. You actually literally is meaning to your right is Mozambique, and then to your left is Malawi. So that is on my way to the Liwonde National Park. Yeah, so it's I was stunned, to be honest. The only thing that you will know is Mozambique is because there is a marker. So there's no such thing as welcome to Mozambique. Thank you for visiting Malawi. No such a thing. But you will actually see the post, okay, the boundary between the two. But people just in and out. So that is say if you're a traveler like me, you can just go to Mozambique. But of course, if you go to the big city like Maputo, sounds funny, isn't it? That's the capital city of Mozambique. There are formalities. Okay, you gotta show your passport and all and other documentation. Anyway, so the trip, like what I said, it was long, 4 hour plus drive to Liwonde, which is fascinating national park, and of course expect animals are on the free range. So this is different from the some of the game drives that I've done, like for instance in Namibia. So there you can't be in a private vehicle, you have to be in a 4x4. So this one I'm in a private vehicle, you just need to register, and then I decided to have a guide. Of course, there is a driver. The driver is a taxi driver who took me from the hotel there and then back to the hotel. And then we saw lots of course, wildlife. There is the big four is there. It's not a big five, but big four. One is missing. I think leopard is not in the park, but of course, one of the big five is, I saw were the elephants. It was a tree. I've never seen an elephant. Okay, actually, I've seen many elephants, but this one is actually lying down, bathing themselves. Okay, mudding themselves, putting mud in themselves in a water hole, and there are nine, and they are humongous. And that was the time when we were about to leave. So that is say, when you are doing a game drive, it's playing by ear, it's all by chance because the animals are free range. And then blessing in disguise is we are on our way back to the exit. Then we saw the giant elephants. Wonderful. Yeah, so and then there's lots of baobab tree, and I've seen this tree back when I was in Madagascar. This tree is they grow hundreds of years, and I didn't realize that it's fairly common as well here in Malawi. I saw it on our way to the Liwonde National, and there are lots in Liwonde National Park. So first time I saw a baobab was when I was in Madagascar. I was almost 10 years ago. And there is a tree there that is very common only in the park. It's called the iron tree. And this iron tree, and then while in the car, I searched about it on our way back, and then it's an iron tree. You can't even cut it with a saw, and it's very tough, and it's only found here in Malawi. All right, so like we said, I'm back here in Norway, and it's such a long day, but it's worth it. Okay, once again, traveling is not arriving to a new destination. It is looking at the world in a different perspective. Give a smile, and the world will smile at you. Cheers, be safe, and bye, and God bless. Highly recommend Liwonde National Park here in Malawi. Oh, by the way, before I forget, sorry. And the one important occasion that happened in Liwonde was several years ago. They had this translocation. So during those many years ago, that this national park was packed with animals, as well as being poached by people. So what they did is that they transferred many of the elephants and other wildlife to other national parks because it's becoming congested. And then it was dying before, now has been rejuvenated. So there's about 500 elephants only one day, and the rest of the elephants were transferred to the other two national parks here, and that was during the process, and they call it translocation. Now Liwonde has been rehabilitated and is an active protected national park. So as a matter of fact, there are electric wire fencing all around the perimeter of the park to prevent poaching as well as animals living the park. All right, finally, goodbye everybody. Okay, bye from Malawi, the warm hearts of Eastern Africa. Bye.